Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Capricorn, I am going to be doing for you your 2021 star sign reading. Get the year right. Your 2021 star sign reading. And what I'm going to be doing is looking at where you are right now on your journey. I'm going to be looking at where you wish to be in 2021. I'm then going to be asking Spirit what's coming in for you, and then get some advice from Spirit as how best to proceed on your journey. So advice for you in terms of what you're wishing to manifest, your wishes that you want to bring in for 2021. I'm mainly going to be using my very beautiful Spirit Song Tarot. And the reason for this is that we can learn so much from Mother Nature, and these cards are full of beautiful meanings from her. And in addition, I've got lots of other tarot cards here, and also my angel answers I'll be using at the end. If the reading resonates with you, then think of the question or two you want to have answered, and we'll see what comes out for you from the angel answers deck. So if the reading does resonate, I would be so grateful if you would comment, like, share and subscribe. And if it doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. It simply means it wasn't for you at this time, it was for somebody else. And a reading will always appear for you at exactly the right time that you need to hear it, guided by Spirit. I do have two little dogs, one who's with me today. She can have a very big snore, so I do apologise if she does start snoring. And with that, we'll move ahead with the reading for you for 2021. Capricorn, thank you for your patience, and let's move ahead. So let's first of all look where you are right now on your journey, my darling, how you're perceiving life currently. Thank you for Capricorn, for those that most need to hear it. So my darling, where you are right now, you've had some sudden change in your life. You've had something has happened which has forced a change for you. And this is represented here by the Tower card. Now, the Tower card can be very distressing. This sudden change can be very distressing. It can be very hurtful, very upsetting. And what I want to say to you is, and this can be difficult to hear sometimes, the Tower actually happens for us. It doesn't happen to us. So I had a Tower moment in my life, and that was, for me, my biggest transformation. And I am so grateful for that Tower moment now, looking back on it, because it allowed me to transform. I had a slap round the face from the universe. You know, I'd been ignoring the smaller slaps, and then I got this whopping great big slap. And now I look back and I'm so grateful for it, because when we have ways of behaving, conditioned ways of behaving, those behaviors control our life. And those behaviors tend to go back to old wounds from either childhood, inner child wounds, or from old relationships. And we tend to repeat the same cycles of behavior over and over again. So the universe needs to get our attention and brings in a Tower moment for us. So all of those conditioned behaviors have to fall away in order for a new foundation to be built, in order for us to shift and change. With this particular Tower moment, you've got here, I think this is the gecko. And what it talks about, it says on the front, release and revelation. So not the gecko, I'm sorry, it's the chameleon. So the chameleon is very adaptable to change. And I think in shamanic, it's that sort of master of adaptation. And you can either adapt to change, or you can resist. And if you resist, you'll end up repeating the same cycle. But the Tower comes down to force you to go within, to force you to go with the flow, to force you to let go of what you perceive as control. But really, we don't have any control over anybody else but ourselves. We create our own reality. And you may have manifested this into your existence because your soul wants you to shift and to change. This has been divine intervention for you, my darling. At this pleasant time, I can see with the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, but you are in a place of really looking at your past, your present, and your future. And it is at the moment with a sense of soul searching and reevaluation about where you are. So you're already doing a lot of work. I just want to show you this Four of Cups. It's represented here by the crane. You're already doing a lot of work. And although you may not feel it, you may be feeling a little bit of renewed optimism about life since this Tower moment has come in, because it's brought you some clarity and insight that you otherwise wouldn't have had if the universe hadn't intervened. And that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to shift you. It's designed to allow you the experience to look at why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. I know that you've been going through a period that's that rest period, that place of reevaluation, recovery period. And there has, as I said, been an awful lot of soul searching for you and reflection. And that does go side by side with disillusionment of time with the Four of Cups. But just trust that this is all happening for you. Everything happens for us. It's all a gift. It's how we choose to receive that gift. And if you can choose to receive this as an opportunity, a chance to release a lot of old hurts and wounds that you have inside of you, and to shift and change into a new vibration, your soul is calling you to, our soul's purpose is for the evolution of our soul. It's for joy, it's for happiness, it's for peace. So this is happening for you because there is something amazing. So many surprises and delights the universe wants to bring in for you. And when you're in a space where you've built this conditioned behaviors around you, the universe can't bring in for you what they know is for your greatest good. So let's see, my darling, what you want to happen in 2021. Thank you, Spirit. For Capricorn, thank you. And you are adapting, and be proud of yourself. The Tower is a very uncomfortable place to be, but just like the lobster growing out of his or her shell, the lobster is only changes when it's forced to grow out of its shell because it's so uncomfortable remaining there. So this is what you wish for in 2021. The King of Wands. This is your wish fulfillment, because you've got here the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Shells. So who is this King of Wands? The Nine of Shells, hello, one of my little dogs has arrived. The Nine of Shells, first of all, is your wish fulfillment. When you're manifesting, because we manifest all the time, consciously or subconsciously, we're always manifesting, we're always creating our own reality. The place to manifest from is a place of gratitude. The two most powerful words you can use are I am, and whatever you put after that sets your intention, sets your reality. So if you're grateful, if you're happy, if you're in the moment as much as possible, for even those small little wonderful things that happen in your life, the universe says, oh, you're grateful for that. I'll give you more of that, of course. You are very determined and insightful as the penguin. Okay, so the penguin can't fly, but doesn't stop the penguin from achieving. Doesn't stop you from soaring. You're still able to keep moving. You are so determined, and your wishes, your wishes they're coming in with fulfillment, because whatever work you're doing on yourself during this Tower moment, and whatever work you will do on yourself, you're going to be rewarded for those past efforts coming in 2021. This King of Wands, okay? There is a King of Wands in your life. And this King of Wands is a very charismatic person, he or she. They're very free-spirited. They probably don't like to be tied down. They're very optimistic about life, very energetic about life. And there's no sort of holding them back. And as I said, they're very charismatic. People love, you love to watch them. There's a fluidity to them as well. They probably gallop into things with great enthusiasm. But this King of Wands is rearing up here as well. And that talks to me about a fear that they have. And they are focused on this Nine of Cups, on this little penguin who can't fly, but doesn't let them stop them. But there is a nervousness there. Now that nervousness, my darling, that fear, let go of any expectations, because expectations bring disappointments. Let go of scarf pulling. So if you're in it, we're all emotion, okay? And energy is energy, emotion is energy, emotion, emotion. Try and let go of any outcomes. Try and let go of any expectations. As I said, they bring disappointments. If you're pulling on somebody energetically, they will pull back. Trust that whatever you're manifesting will come in for you at the right time for you. But let go, get out of the way of it. Let go of how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen and who is going to happen with, although you know the who. Let go of all of that and allow the universe to step in through those cracks of least resistance. Whoever this King of Wands is, they are very passionate about you. They're very focused on you. It's been a tower moment for them as well. Don't doubt it, whatever you may see in your reality. Internally, it's been a tower moment for them too. And they're very focused on that. And, but they go round and round in circles sometimes, catching their tail, because just like you have your conditioned behaviors and have had your conditioned behaviors, they have also had them. So if this tower moment has happened for you, it's happened for them also. And the extraordinary thing about soulmates is that soulmates, we feel such a depth of emotion for soulmates. And it's wonderful and it's beautiful. But soulmates also come into our lives because we feel such feelings for them, to trigger in us that ability to heal ourselves. So their gift is also the gift of triggering. So whatever impact you have had on this relationship, this King of Wands has had the same. Their conditioned behaviors, just like yours, probably go back to childhood, or they certainly go back to experiences that they've had in past relationships. And so what happens when you get triggered by things, but you don't look to heal those or look to stand up back and observe why they've happened? You keep repeating it, because what happens is when you get triggered, your pain body steps in, which is that sort of divine masculine ego pride side of us, and it steps in to protect us. And when that happens, you keep repeating that same cycle over and over again. So that's why this tower moment has happened. And you can't heal in a place where you were hurt. So if you have been with somebody and this has happened, which I believe it has, and you love them very much, I know you love them very much, understand that the universe just pulled you apart because energetically you had got to the place where you triggered each other to the point the universe was intervening, okay? So you were getting little slaps around the face from the universe. Neither of you were shifting and changing, so the universe intervenes with a tower moment. And it pulls you apart in order for you to heal. And I believe you understand this, because that 9 of shells, that wish fulfillment, it is with gratitude as well. And so I believe you're starting to understand why this has happened for you, not to you. So let's see what is coming in for you in 2021. Thank you, Spirit, for Capricorn. Well, this is wonderful. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, actually, I'm going to do that first. You've got the Hierophant, which says shamanic powers. And I think I mentioned that with the chameleon, didn't I? I think I mentioned that with chameleon. Chameleon is a shaman of adaptation with the tower. So this tower moment is your transformation. This has been your transformation. This Hierophant talks about a long-term partnership, a commitment, attachment, but it talks about spiritual growth and awakening as well. What's coming in for you is that divine wisdom, that empowerment with spiritual growth and awareness. The eagle in this card, you see the eagles represent sort of messages from heaven because they fly closest to heaven. But the eagles also, they get attacked by crows, I believe, and crows attack them at the back of the neck. But the eagle doesn't respond to that negative energy around it, doesn't fight back. The eagle simply rises higher and higher and higher, and eventually the crow falls away because it doesn't have a bigger lung as the eagle. So the crow, literally, that negative energy falls away. So it's about you not ignoring, but rising above, thank you, Spirit, rising above whatever is trying to pull you down, whether that be other people or your own perception of yourself from a negative space. The Hierophant eagle talks about that divine wisdom, okay? It talks about you being incredibly clairvoyant, incredibly sharp-sighted about things, about having that knowing, listening to advice that's given to you as well, because the universe will always send to you exactly who you need at the right time for you. God will send you who you need at the right time for you. So listen, remain grounded, and learn. And don't be impatient with yourself as well. These journeys are never easy, but everything happens at exactly the right time for you. So wherever you are right now, you're meant to be. And if you don't know the answer to something, just say thank you to the universe for the universe giving you the answer when you're meant to know it. What's coming in for you with this is the King of Feathers. This is the King of Swords. This is justice. This is logic. This is the King of Feathers. The lion is courage. The feathers represent swords. They represent clarity. They represent truth. They can represent that conflict within us. But alongside this shaman, this divine wisdom, spiritual power with the eagle, this is saying to me that you're going to have great insight next year. You're going to face whatever challenges you have head on. You're going to receive beautiful, open soul advice from those that are sent to help you. And you're going to become, you already are so strong and so courageous. And these journeys aren't easy, but you are fearless in this pursuit of wanting to know. This is why maybe you're listening to this reading. And you are going to be able to communicate very clearly to yourself, to others, to the universe about what you want. And you're going to manifest, you have this Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment with this King of Wands. And those thoughts, those receiving thoughts of clarity, of insight, they will give you feelings of relief and happiness because they will resonate. You'll understand it's been your soul speaking to you. Let's put this deck down, and I want to now pull from, I've got my new Light Seers Tarot, so I want to pull in more about the King of Wands for you as well. Thank you. Well, just generally, really, Spirit, thank you. What else? The most important messages for Capricorn for 2021. We want to focus on the King of Wands. Thank you. Okay, So they say, yes, they do. You've got this Ace of Swords, which is the yes card from the universe, but is also talking about that clarity we talked about as you as the King of Feathers, the King of Swords, and now this Ace of Swords, okay? So this is communication is so important. How you communicate, as I said, to yourself and others, that receiving those clarity thoughts. Those thoughts, that light, is that coming from above or is it coming from within you? It's one and the same. Your soul is part of source energy, the divine. And all roads lead back to that. You're coming back home to yourself. And that raven there represents that sort of magical power that those thoughts, that sort of mystical is. The raven is that keeper of secrets. It's the insight. And it's all within you. All the answers lie within. So that King of Wands, okay, they're coming out as this Knight of Wands. That's that energy of being very passionate about things, wanting things, rushing in. Knights are about movement. They can be a bit of a player, rushing in and then rushing out again. They like the beat of their own drum, whatever that may mean to you. And again, do you see they're rearing up in this card? So there is this nervousness. Now, what's interesting is that you're coming out as the King of Swords, this King of Feathers, courageous and strong. And this is where you're coming into this amazing place. They're coming out as the Knight here. That's the feelings they have about themselves. And the Knight isn't as powerful as the King. So a lot of how they've been with you is because of their feeling of lack of self-worth about themselves, not being good enough. And that comes from lack of self-love. So however they've been behaving with you, it comes from a place of lack of self-love. Commitment, fears, and issues generally come from fear of abandonment and fear of rejection. So let's ask a little bit more. Please tell me more about the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. Thank you. So you've got the Queen of Swords here. So you've got the Queen and the King of Swords now as well. The Queen of Swords, they've been through something that's hurt them in the past. And they want to speak about it and they want to have an open relationship where they can speak about it. But there is a fear attached with the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords although they set up healthy boundaries for themselves, the Queen of Swords can also isolate themselves. Do you see there? Can isolate themselves and can put a protective sort of boundary around themselves. Thank you. Please tell me more about this King of Wands. Thank you. And the Knight of Wands. But again, they are focused. So just before I move on to these cards, I want to show you something. This is your wish fulfillment. So this is you as the little gorgeous little penguin here. And all of these other cards are all focused on you. So you are very much in their headspace, and my darling, with wands in their heart space, okay? But this is where they are currently. 4 of Swords and 8 of Swords. Whatever's happened with this Tower moment, 4 of Swords is very important. Do you remember I talked to you about healing and you can't heal in the place where you were hurt? This is a healing time for both of you, okay? This is a quiet time for both of you. This is that space where they've gone back to nurture themselves. They're healing that inner child you see in that nest. They may not realize they're doing it, and you're doing it the same as you're doing the same as well because of this tower that's happened. They need to spend that time alone, because this is where they are, and I feel it's where you both are as well. With this Eight of Swords, you're both mirroring each other. Now, the Eight of Swords place is a place where you feel trapped by your own fear. You feel trapped in anxiety, eggshells, walking on eggshells. But it's all self-inflicted, the Eight of Swords. And again, these ravens are appearing. And remember that the ravens are the keeper of secrets, and they provide great insight. So what's happening is these periods, this tower moment, this Eight of Swords, this uncomfortable fear space is forcing them to go within, to look at themselves in the mirror, to face their fears, to gain the insight, because they are their own keeper of their own secrets. And they may not want to look at it, but they're being forced to. If they can't look at themselves objectively, the universe is, by covering their eyes, this covering their eyes is forcing them to go within. So this is where they are right now, but I'm very happy to see this Four of Swords here, because they're already going through a healing process, that self-nurturing process. And that position looks like a child sleeping. So there's a lot of healing that's happening to their inner child right now. Thank you. Can you tell me more about what's coming in next year? Thank you. The King of Pentacles, my darling. The King of Pentacles. Let me ask a little bit more on this. The King of Pentacles. I think this is you, my love. Please tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I think this is them. In fact, I know it's them. I don't mind saying I think. Because at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Wands, okay? The Nine of Wands means stepping forward away from old cycles, old conditioned ways of being, and moving forward in a new way. This is why this tower's come in, okay? The King of Pentacles is somebody who knows what they want. It's very, King of Pentacles is somebody who is very grounded, who has realizations about things, is listening to that loyalty there, loyalty. The dog represents loyalty, it represents their soul as well, that unconditional love. There's going to be a leap of faith. This is coming in for you. Taking the leap of faith, let go, let God. Who's taking the leap of faith? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. The King of Wands. It's them, my darling. The King of Wands. And there's that lion in the background. This is you, my darling. Thank you, Spirit. So whatever you are doing, whatever work you're doing on yourself, you're so energetically attached to them that the more you're focusing on yourself energetically, you're pulling them towards you. Does that make sense? So you can't heal another, but when you have such a connection with somebody, and when the universe has brought you together and pulled you apart in order for you to trigger each other and then to heal, that connection, when you heal yourself and you shift and change those you're connected to, because they have to shift and change in order to stay in your energy space. So this King of Wands is going, that's very grounded, a very grounded space and place. And they're going to take a leap of faith. They're going to let go and let God. it's like this sort of lotus flower about this change, this transformation that's coming up. They're not afraid to jump into their emotions. It's a new cycle, the Fool. It represents a new cycle. And you know this. Do you see, there you are as the King of Feathers, as that lion. You know this already. You're very observant, as I said. And the King of Feathers represents justice too. So whatever's going to be happening, it's going to be happening in your favor. They are going to step forward away from old ways of being, whether that's commitment issues or not. You know that they're going to step forward, because that wand, that is that one wand that means so much to them. This is what this King of Wands is holding, the same fiery wand, because they know they've had that understanding, they've had that realization, but they need to go through a healing time first. They need to go within. They need to understand they're not the Knight of Wands. They're the King of Wands. That's who you see them as. You see, at the moment, you see them as this King of Wands here. You understand that free spirit in them, but they only see themselves as the Knight of Wands. But when they step forward out of this old way of thinking, when they go through this healing and they go through this transformation and they step forward into who they are, into knowing who they are, and that's a very brave thing to do that. You're doing it as well. You know how difficult it is, and everybody goes at their own pace. But when they step forward with that wand, it suddenly then they get that realization. Then they get that age-old wisdom with the beard and everything. Then they understand about how commitment's not scary. They understand about loyalty. They understand about unconditional love. They understand about being in the moment. Then they step forward as your King of Wands and take the leap of faith. So it's very beautiful. What else can you tell me? Thank you, Spirit. Any other messages for Capricorn that wanted to come out? You've both had to let go. The Devil cards come up. You both had to let go of attachments. The Devil's fallen on top of the tower. You both had to let go of codependency issues and attachments and things that you had with one another. You had to let go of this in order to understand that you don't need to have control of it. That actually there is a beautiful release in letting go of something and allowing it to happen when it's meant to and if it's meant to happen. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else you want to say? When this relationship was how it was, you were together. But you see, with those snakes there and that lion there, okay, that's representing the all-knowing from the divine, and the strength and the justice and everything that was happening karmically for you as well. Those two snakes represent direct perception and rebirth. Now, a snake can't hear, it can only see. And it has a direct perception. So it's talking about your soul's direct perception, about seeing from your lens of life and having a direct perception, seeing your soul's truth. But as a couple, when you were together, you couldn't see each other. You didn't want to see. You love each other, but you didn't want to see or understand what was happening. So that's why the tower came in. Thank you, Spirit. Any more that you want to say? But it's not to say that you don't love them. I know you love them. Thank you. Beautiful. I know you love them. And they love you. But the relationship you had before was not what it's going to be in the future if you allow yourself to go through that reflection of your experiences and to shift and change from it. And them also. Look what's happening on the bottom of this deck. You've got the Three of Cups. That celebration, reunion, abundance coming in as part of this journey. And why I'm saying that, you've got the Ace of Cups coming in. This is a new cycle, a new beginning coming in for you. It's beautiful. With the Hierophant card as well, that Eagle card, that also talks about, you know, marriage and commitment. And this Ace of Cups is this gift for you at the right time for you. It's given by God, and it comes when you go through, as you're going through, as you are, this amazing transformation, because these lotus flowers represent that transformation, that beautiful growth, that blossoming that happens when you go through that dark night of the soul. Lotus flowers only come up through dark, murky waters, but they are so beautiful. And that's what's coming in for you, this gift. The Ace of Cups talks about self-love, but this is a gift of love that's coming in. This is a new start. And look, it's overflowing with emotion, overflowing with love. When you have so much love for yourself in such a healthy way, all you have is love to give another, with no need of their love back to you in order for you to feel lovable, because you already love yourself. You just want to share in that love. And that's when this gift that you're giving yourself, that's what's allowing this Three of Cups to come in. This Ace of Cups is a new start in love for you. Thank you, Spirit. Can you tell me more about this Ace of Cups? Thank you. Spirit. Page of Pentacles and the Magician. But first of all, I want to talk about this Four of Cups, okay? Because it's reminded me twice now. 3 and 1 is 4, Four of Cups. And Spirit's also given me this Four of Cups. While you are focusing on disillusionment, and I know it's hard, my darling, I know it's hard, but while you're focusing on the sadness about the past, living in the past, and regrets, and if I could have done that, or I should have done that. No, all happened. It's all meant to have happened. This Tower moment is always divine intervention. And while you're in the present, in that space that's sad, and fearful of the future, this Ace of Cups is already trying to come in for you. It's already trying to come in, my darling. The birds in this card, you know, represent the wisdom, the truth that's trying to come through for you. And the squirrel represents the abundance as well that's coming in. But it's a reminder that the universe is trying to deliver everything you wish for through those cracks of least resistance. And if you can, even in the mornings, just the first thing you do, write in a gratitude journal, I am grateful for, and list 10 things. I am the 2 most powerful words you can use, because when you say I am, you're saying I am right in this current moment, because life is all about this moment. It's not about the past, it's not about the future, it's about now. And a happy life is made up of happy moments, okay? So when you say I am grateful for, the universe responds with, okay, I'll give you more of that. And that's what allows this Ace of Cups to come in. Because at the moment, you're shutting yourself off from that. Where was that? Yes, that was that, because I was showing the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. Anything else? Let's use my golden art and vote. Oh yes, that's why. There is a Page of Pentacles. Okay, there is a Page of Pentacles. Pages are about transition, okay? There is some message coming towards you, again in right divine timing. This is this King of Pentacles. A page is coming. There might be a little bit of hiding behind a mask. There might be a little bit of sort of ego attached to it. But that pentacle is their message of wanting to build is that cornerstone of the 10 of Pentacles, of your wish fulfillment. And so they're wanting, it's a message that's going to help you transition from where you are now in that Four of Cups to coming into that Ace of Cups place. The peacock feathers in this card that represents that whoever this is, they're shedding old ways of being, or they will be shedding old ways of being. And that pentacle is huge. It's heavy to carry. It takes effort and strength, but they're wearing green, which is the heart chakra. So this Page of Pentacles is coming from the right space towards you. Any other messages? Thank you. Any other messages from you, Spirit, for Capricorn? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Six of Cups. All right, my darling, this is the soulmate card. This is your soulmate. And you are on your life path with them here. But it's a reminder to you that whatever's happened, you are an amazing catch. The cat reminds you of your intuition, your knowing about this. You know about this connection. You've given each other so many gifts. There's a lot of healing that's happening within you and also with your chakras. You know, there's energy centers within you. All of it needs to be opened and balanced out. So if you haven't done any Reiki healing, do look to do that. But you're beginning to be able to see the wood from the trees. But this is a soulmate relationship. And with that comes great joy, great happiness, great responsibility, and great changes in your life as well. And where was that other card? The Five of Pentacles, okay? This is that feeling of being left out in the cold, okay? This is that feeling of sorrow, that feeling of sadness. But I want to show you something. This is a reminder to you, okay? That 5 and that 1 makes the 6 of Pentacles. That's balance. So whatever message is coming in for you, it's going to help bring balance into your life. I said to you, it's a transitional message. But even in that 5 of Pentacles, when things are hard, Spirit is applauding you because you're continuing to move ahead. However painful it is, you're continuing to do it. And you have great hope. And great hope, you know, we can wish and hope for something. And we sort of maybe think, well, it might happen, wouldn't it be lovely? And then you have belief where you kind of think it will happen, but you still have an element of fear attached to it. And then you have great knowing. And great knowing, so if hope is like putting your foot a little bit on the accelerator, knowing is putting your foot straight down on the accelerator. You have a knowing about this relationship. Trust in your knowing, my darling. Even when times are very difficult with this Tower moment, trust in your knowing, because that is your gift from God. I'm going to pull for you. I was just going to do some of my dream tarot for you, just to see what else wants to come out for you, Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you want to say? Oh, quite a lot. Too many cards. One card, please. Thank you. Right, you have the wheel on the bottom of the deck, first of all. All right? You've got the wheel here. And this is a reminder to you, this is Saturn there, that you're manifesting. This is that wheel of fortune. It's going in your favor, but it's that karmic cycle. And you can either hang on the outside of that wheel and have extraordinary big ups and downs, or become really centered in on yourself. And every time something happens, you can stand back and observe it and say, why is this happening for me? Because it's happened for your greatest good. And then you can observe from a place where you're not feeling so much emotional attachment or involvement with things, because you're centered in on yourself. But the wheel is turning in your favor. You have got the Emperor has come out here. And the Emperor represents, you know, all four kings. The Emperor also represents the Ankh, you know, the internal life. Sorry, I should have showed you the card. The rebirth. So this is you, my darling. This is that divine masculine side of you, okay? And the Ankh is that the rebirth, you know, it's the key of life, and it's the union of male and female. And the ram's head in this, which is very beautiful, this is about leading with confidence, about knowing what you want for. You're very strong, and you, with the initiative, with your intuition, you move forward with confidence. The divine masculine, thank you, Spirit, will come into your life. That divine masculine side of you will come into your life to protect you, to help you have healthy boundaries. I'm going to lastly just pull for you, what am I being guided to pull? Your angel answers. Oh, they want me to show that one as well. Thank you. And you've got the Hangman just appeared suddenly underneath there. So you are going to, do you see here the Hangman is hanging on that wheel, literally like the Wheel of Fortune, and slightly tangled up. But the Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective. Okay, the Hangman is about standing back and observing, seeing things from a different perspective, understanding, having clarity about things, choosing to do that. And that's where you're coming into that amazing space, because you've got the Hierophant there, the shamanic, the eagle. You're much more powerful than you think. You have such great insight. And maybe you have over time not learned to trust your own intuition. Or maybe others have made you feel that your thoughts and feelings aren't that important, but they are. You're the only person who lives your life. You're the only person who sees through your lens of life. And how others see through their lens of life is for them. They may see it through a cloudy lens of life or a clear lens of life. But only you have direct perception of your life. I've got take action here. This is very interesting. And you've got the Emperor. So whatever you're meant to be doing, or you're wanting to do it, my darling. You've got the situation will improve in the next few months. So just see if there's one more for you. Thank you. And you have got choose a new direction. So whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do it. That's what it's saying. Choose a new direction, but choose a new direction from a higher point of view, from that higher self, that absolute sharp perception you have from your higher self looking down. Choose a new direction from that. Whatever you're looking to do, don't do it from a place of fear and anxiety or upset or hurt. You know, when the tower moment comes down, the worst thing we can do is react to something. The best thing we can do is stand back and observe, and then do it from a very, whatever we do it from a place of understanding and at peace with it and feeling relief with it. So, but you know, you've got choose a new direction within the next few months. And I think you're going to, you know, there's a bridge here. It's about meeting in the middle. The situation will improve. And again, with this card, you've got dolphins, and those three dolphins in the Spirit Song Tarot, the three dolphins represent the Three of Cups, the celebration, the union, the reunion, the playfulness. So I feel this is coming back for you. And this Take Action card, do you see with this white horse? The white horse represents peace and clarity. The white horse represents that free spirit in you. It's almost like a unicorn. So whatever action you take it from a place of peace and clarity. Speak your truth. Don't speak from your fear space. So, my darling, I hope that resonated and helped whoever was listening. I hope you have a very lovely rest of the week. Do take care of yourself during this time. Don't feel guilty about giving yourself a lot of self-care at this time. This moment that you're in, it can seem endless, but I promise you, it's all happening for you, and you will come out of it feeling empowered. But do use this time to do things that you want to do. Thank you, Spirit. There is an inner child in you. We all have that inner child in us. And if you're feeling at a loss at the moment about what might make you happy in this moment, ask your inner child. Ask little you in you, what do you want to do? And see what he or she says. See what comes to you. You are on a journey. There is fulfillment. It's things that are happening, all happening for you. Trust in divine timing of everything, and know that this is an amazing. You will feel empowered as you come through and out of this part of your life's journey. And the last thing I'll say is, probably bored of listening to me by now, but the last thing I'll say is that imagine this part of your journey like a movie, okay? And you've gone into the cinema, and everybody's watching this movie of your life, and you look at the screen, and there's a really lovely happy ending, but everybody's crying in the cinema watching this, and you think, well, why are they crying? It's a really happy ending. So you sit down to watch this movie, and when you get to the sad bit, you don't cry because you know you're going to have a happy ending. So trust in your knowing, my darling. Trust in your knowing about this situation, and know that the universe is protecting you and caring for you. And you know what? The universe will never give you anything that you can't handle. You're very strong, my darling. And I believe your soul signed up for this moment, and you're going to transform through it and come out feeling so much self-love and self-worth. So take care, and I look forward to doing a reading for you next weekend for December. Bye-bye.